to Miles with Me. My name's Marcia.
I'm Ellen.
And today we're here to talk about Holyhead Wales. That was our first port of call for this trip. And then we are also going to include in this video Sea Day.
Our sea day, the first sea day.
First sea day on the cruise.
Since sea day is kind of short.
Yeah. And we don't have much footage of Sea Day either because we kind of did our own thing on that day.
Well, it was recover from travel, too.
Recover from travel. Yes, that's always important.
Sea day is usually recover from travel day.
Yeah.
And bingo day.
And bingo day. Yes. So she went to play some bingo.
Yes.
Didn't have her camera with her, or a camera.
I had my phone, but I mean, I didn't realize I was supposed to be recording this stuff, too. You know, you're the video recorder person.
It doesn't hurt to have footage from all of us.
Yeah, you're right. And, you know, obviously I wasn't thinking. What can I say?
It's okay.
It happens.
So we did end up playing some cards. So one thing that we normally do when we're on vacation is if we are enjoying the ship, we like to people watch. So while we are people watching, we usually head up to some public space somewhere, usually Lido deck or whatever.
Lido or similar, a buffet area, depends what the ship has, right? So wherever the buffet is, you can typically find us playing cards.
Yep.
Watching people.
Yep. So that's one of the things we love to do. It's a great way to relax.
And meet new people.
Sea Day, if you've been on a cruise before, then you know that they usually have a formal night on one of the sea days. So
it was formal night?
Tonight was formal night.
Elegant night.
Elegant. Well, I don't know exactly what Carnival calls it. Whatever.
I think they called it elegant. Because didn't Mom correct me a couple times to elegant night? I believe it was elegant.
Yeah, so whatever it was, we did dress up a little bit. I wore a dress. Mom had a dress.
And I had to put my suit on.
You had a suit. So we did. We went to the main dining room for dinner.
They had filet, right?
They didn't offer the filet. They offered something different. I ordered a filet.
Okay.
And I don't know why I tried it again, but every single time I have ordered something from the specialty menu in the main dining room, it has never turned out well. I was hoping it would be different this trip. So my assumption, and this was, again, a false assumption, is that my steak would be cooked to order, which it may have been. However, I ordered a filet from the steakhouse menu in the main dining room, and it is an extra charge. So when you order something like that is an extra charge, I'm obviously going to expect that it will be done exactly to my specifications. I'm paying for it, in addition to paying for the cruise, which has the included food. It was not cooked the way I had asked. When I ordered the steak, I ordered the filet, and I asked for it to be cooked to medium. And I even explained to him from the beginning, I would rather have it cooked over than under. So.
Well, it came out mooing.
Well, it was a beautiful cut of meat.
It was juicy and
it was a nice big piece of filet. It was a fantastic looking steak. Unfortunately, it was still blue. So it certainly was not even cooked rare. It was still blue in the middle. So I called our waiter over and I showed it to him, and he was like, "Okay, well, let me get that fixed for you." So great. I was like, "All right, great. Let's have them fix it, bring it back out." The second steak that they brought out was not even a filet. I mean, this was not even beef suitable for stew meat. The steak was the ugliest cut of meat I have probably ever seen that came out of a steak restaurant or steak served in any sort of formal setting.
It was gross.
It was gross. There was so much sinew and connective tissue and fat through it. Definitely was not a filet. I don't know.
It was more grizzled than Grizzly Adams. Come on. Come on.
This is true. But needless to say, I'm not happy that I got a less than stew beef quality steak.
The temperature cook was good, though.
The temperature cook was right on that one. But the steak was the ugliest steak I have probably ever seen.
And boy, did neither our server understood it, but the maitre d' did not get it at all.
No.
He did not understand.
So by this time,
she was starving by this time.
I was I was hangry. I was a bit hangry at this point because now I had waited for them to cook 2 steaks for me unsuccessfully. And when I told the waiter or showed the waiter the problem this time and he brought the maitre d' over, my assumption is that the maitre d' would have offered something different, but his question to me at the time was, what would you like for me to do about it? And hello, I'm paying for this steak. I would like the quality of a fillet that I ordered cooked to the proper temperature. And I told him that I was going to eat the steak because I was hungry, but his argument was, well, I need to take the steak so I can show it to the chef so that he knows what's wrong. And I'm sorry, in my mind, if I tell you I'm going to eat the steak, I don't want you to fix it. I want you to just credit me the money because I am not paying for something that is not what I ordered. But the maitre d' kept arguing that he needed to take the steak to show it to the chef in order to fix the problem. And I'm sorry, the maitre d' should be able to go to the chef, tell him what the problem is, and then have him fix it.
Taken at his word.
Correct. So at this point, I got so upset, I just walked out. I could not handle it. I couldn't handle the fact that the maitre d' did not know how to properly fix the problem, or even just offer to say, hey, we'll credit you for it, because at that point I was hangry. I just wanted to eat. So I walked out. I didn't finish anything. So I really didn't even have dinner that night until we went up to Lido, and I ended up getting something from the buffet that night, where Ellen and Mom had already finished their meals because
we were waiting for her to eat her steak.
Yeah. I don't know why I keep trying to do this, because this is not the first time. In fact, every single time I've tried to order a steak
in the main
dining room, it has never been proper. It's never come out right.
Why do you... the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
I'm a glutton for punishment, so I can't help it. I just really like a good fillet,
yeah,
and I keep hoping...
I said, we should have made an appointment to actually go to the steak restaurant.
Correct. We didn't. We did not do that, though. So... that was our sea day. It was very relaxing. Bingo, cards, dinner, and...
a nap. We did take a nap, too.
Yes.
So there's no photos of our nap, obviously.
All right. So let's get on to...
Holyhead Wales?
Holyhead Wales.
Oh,
yes.
Beautiful, beautiful country.
Yes, absolutely. Oh. So we weren't really sure what to do. While Mom and I are of Welsh descent, we don't really know anything about Wales, right? So, and there was a whole bunch of different excursions to choose from, and we chose one that we felt would be best for us based on mobility issues and stuff like that.
And Mom and I really wanted to see some castles. Like when everybody was saying, what do you want to do on our trip? We're like, castles. So Beaumaris Castle was one of the excursions, and it looked different and interesting and not what everybody else was doing.
And also in the description, it explained that people with mobility issues could still visit the site and not have any problems.
Right.
So that was our biggest concern. And we just wanted to explore, because part of that tour also included a driving tour of the area as well.
Right.
So we got to see some extra things other than just the castle. Before the excursion, we all gathered in the lounge area, and that's where we met Charlie.
Charlie was awesome. Charlie's awesome. I love Charlie.
So we were there. We were at the back of the lounge area, again, because of mobility issues, and Ellen had her rollator walker. So we stayed in the back so it'd be easier to exit the theater there. And while we're waiting, Charlie rolls in. She was in a wheelchair.
Oh, she's got a really cool zero-turn wheelchair.
So we started chatting with her. I actually happened to look down and I saw her sandals, and they were Mickey Mouse sandals. And so I was like, hey, I love your sandals. So we just started chatting, and she happened to be going on the same excursion we were going on. So we just did it together.
Yeah. We picked up a hitchhiker, added her into our group.
Yep. And had a lot of fun with her. She was so much fun.
Yes, she's blessed. She's hilarious.
Another thing to keep in mind is if you do have mobility issues is when you are checking in for an excursion, you can let them know that because of your mobility issues, you'd like handicapped
seat, and they'll put you up at the front of the bus.
Correct. And that makes it so that way you don't have to fight to get back to the back of the bus or anything. It's easier access in and out when you're on an excursion. So that's another thing that we did as well.
Yes.
So we had the tender.
So a beautiful drive in the countryside, which we do have some pictures of to put in.
Well, we have lots of video of that. I have some video and some photos of the drive through the countryside. I also have some video from the tender ride as well. Today was a great day for a tender. The sun was shining, the seas were calm, and it was actually a great. I really love tender rides.
Wait till you see the tender in Dublin. Woo-hoo, come back for Dublin.
I love tender rides because to me it's just another way to see the area because you're riding a smaller boat from the ship to shore. So it's a great way to come into a port and see it from a different angle.
And you get a beautiful view of the ship that you're on that when you're docked at a pier, you can't always get a full view of the ship. Whereas when the tender pulls away, sometimes you can get a great photo of the ship. And we hadn't managed to get a great photo of the Pride yet because something was always blocking the view.
Right. Yeah. So yes, we had the tender ride in. Then we took the bus. The bus didn't do a tour before we got to Beaumaris Castle. The bus went pretty much straight to Beaumaris, and the tour guide was very knowledgeable of the area. And
all of our tour guides were excellent, I would have to say.
Yeah. He definitely shared a lot of information, which, I'll show. We've got, as I mentioned, we've got some video and pictures and stuff to show here.
So we got the Beaumaris Castle, and it is the greatest castle that was never finished, is what they call it.
Yep, and I think the really cool part of it is that it was right in the little town.
Yeah.
Like, it was like right there at the edge of town. So as we get there and we're walking through this little town and you can see all the shops and everything.
There was a cute little a craft fair going on.
Right. Yeah. A really cute little craft fair. I actually do have some photos of the craft fair as well. So first we went in to the castle and explored there. Learned a little bit about the castle. Our tour guide wasn't with us the whole time. He did bring us into the castle, explain some of the things as we were entering the castle. And then
set us off on our own, and we sent Marcia to go explore the second floor and the top of the castle while we all explored the bottom.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about what you explored when you were there. Because mom didn't do any exploring. Her knee was bothering her quite a bit.
Her knee was bothering her, so she stayed right up by the entry and kind of explored those couple rooms up there and rested. Charlie and I went out to the back and explored some of the rooms in the back. And on the perimeter yard around between the castle and the perimeter, there's a whole walkway around. So we went exploring out there. So I did get some photos out that way.
Yeah.
And then we took the long way around and found some neat little things. And then we found some gargoyles with water spouts and stuff like that coming out. So there was some really cool stuff out there.
Yeah, and I like that whole area was accessible for you with your walker and Charlie with her, wheelchair. So it was nice to know that you guys weren't excluded from being able to explore the grounds and
Right.
stuff. So, and while they were doing that, and Mom was resting, she was sitting in the main courtyard of the castle area. I went up and climbed up through some of the towers and the really narrow walkways. I have quite a bit of video of this. And it was really cool because I was able to, with the camera that I use, I put it out some of the windows so that way you can see the area that you and Charlie were exploring, and that walkway that was between the castle itself and the outer wall, the outer perimeter of the castle. So I do have some video of that, being able to see those different angles from up in the viewpoint I was at. And I also got lots of pictures and photos of like the chapel area and the size of like some of the bedrooms and stuff. But again, it was the greatest castle that was never finished. So because it was never finished being built, it really just kind of looks like a ruins, so to speak, because it was never a finished castle.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool to be able to see that.
It was.
And I think we all came away from that one with a different experience.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree. We all liked it in different ways. And, you know, all I wanted to do was see castles. And I had already seen plenty of reviews that said, Americans think all castles are like Walt Disney World castles, and that's not true. And castles are meant to keep people out. They're gigantic walls, and then everything's inside.
Yeah. So along with that, the grassy area that was between the castle and the perimeter wall, there was actually a moat as well.
Yes.
So like we had to go over a little bridge to get into the castle itself.
Yep.
And then at the main entrance, you could see the area there that was for boats that would come up to the castle. And that's how they would bring in goods, was through that area. Some prisoners or whatever they would bring in through that area. The tour guide really did explain a lot about that moat area and how they used to access that, which they can't now because the town has now been built there and a lot of that waterway has been removed. But it does still have the moat outside the castle.
Really
there.
cool, quaint little town.
Yeah. So after the visiting the castle and then going on about our bus ride, we came a lot of countryside, little villages and everything. Then of course in Wales has, I'm not even going to attempt to say the name of this town, but it is the longest name in the world.
Oh, that's right. That was Wales.
Yes. So this town has the longest name in the entire world.
Yes.
Which again, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it.
It's freaking huge.
So
we'll insert that here.
Yep.
Clanvarpith Gwyngyth Gagareth Wendrabith Lintasilia Gogogok. Clanvarpith Gwyngyth Gagareth Wendrabith Lintasilia Gogogok.
So we head back to the port so that we can take the tender back over to the ship. And we had to wait a little while.
Darn long line.
for how early in the day it was, because our excursion was so short, I didn't anticipate there being a line just because we were back pretty early compared to some of the other excursions. So we actually did have to wait for a little while.
It's a good thing we had the walker so Mom could sit down. I mean, as you could see by my permagrin, right? I mean, it was an amazing trip.
It was. Thank you so much for watching today's video.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for putting some miles on your YouTube journey with us.
Okay, so we have to do the welcome on the count of 3.
What is our welcome?
Welcome to Miles with me, and then I say I'm Marcia, and you say
Okay.
I'm Ellen.
Welcome
to Miles with me. I don't even know our channel name.
Welcome to Miles.
You are like tired today, are you?
I am tired. We appreciate you putting more miles on your YouTube journey with us.
You know, you totally missed the don't forget to like, comment, and
Oh.
subscribe. So let's try that again.
Okay, take two.